Are you someone who's stuck in a toxic relationship and does not know how to come out of it? You are probably one of the thousands of people who succumbed to family pressure and agreed to get married. Or you could also be one of the many people who fell in love against the wishes of their family and got married. But now, in this relationship, you are left alone to fend for yourself with an abusive and a toxic spouse. Our today's guest is on a mission to enlighten the people of India of all the legal processes and thereby make India legally independent. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to our respected guest for the show today, Utkarsh Srivastava.
वो जो डर है कि अगर वो डरा दिया उस चीज से कि भाई मैं ऐसा नहीं कि मैं मार खाती रहूंगी और तुम मारते रहोगे, मैं कुछ कर दूंगी, एंड कुछ कर दूंगी मीन्स सम लीगल एक्शन, एंड तो उसका भी डर है कि वी हैव सीन मेनी टाइम्स व्हेन वी हैव सेंट a notice to a person saying that either you resolve your issues with your wife, else my client will take a legal action against you. And the person has gone to a marriage counselor after that.
To resolve the issues. हाँ.
To resolve the issue. आज तक मैरिज काउंसलर के पास इंडिया में अभी वो इतना ट्रेंड नहीं है कि मैरिज काउंसलिंग एंड काउंसलिंग सेशंस, बिकॉज वो समझा जाता है कि पागल थोड़ी ना जो काउंसलर
कोई तीसरा जना क्यों हमारे बीच में बोलेगा, उनको क्या पता हमारे बीच की बात,
क्या पता है, एंड बिकॉज हम अभी ओपन नहीं है उतना कि हम अपनी सारी बात बता सके, बट वंस यू आर टेकिंग अ कॉल, एंड लोगों ने जाके अपनी शादी इवेंचुअली बचा भी ली।
आपके इस एग्जाम्पल से मुझे बहुत अच्छा एक वाकया याद आया। रिसेंटली आई हैड अ मेंटी जिसको मैं आई विल टेक द लिबर्टी ऑफ शेयरिंग दिस विद द ऑडियंस एज वेल। she has been going through a difficult phase for more than a decade in her marriage. एंड जैसे हम लोग जिम में जाके अपनी मसल बिल्ड कर लेते हैं वर्कआउट कर करके, सिमिलरली गोइंग थ्रू दैट pain and every time one notch higher the pain and one notch higher the emotional trauma being pushed at her, उसको हर बार थोड़ा सा जो झटका लगता था उसको लगता था ठीक है थोड़ा सा इस बार और तकलीफ ज्यादा हो गई, थोड़ी और ज्यादा हो गई, she built a pain muscle inside her. When I heard her story and I told her this is not normal, प्लीज वेक अप टू द रियलिटी, कहती लेकिन इतने साल से तो मैं मैं कर रही हूँ, इस बार उसने थोड़ा ज्यादा बोल दिया, लेकिन so I was like, listen, you've just built up your pain muscle over the years. You're comparing to the last pain that you got and this pain you got, not realizing that it's not normal. You're much ahead of the curve in your pain capacity. Just because you can bear the pain doesn't mean it's normal, right? And the fact that every time she said I will also part ways, जो आपने एकदम सही कहा, जैसे ही वो ये शब्दों का इस्तेमाल करती थी उसके हस्बैंड का बिहेवियर चेंज हो जाता था. सडनली नेक्स्ट 1 week he'll come and he'll take care of her, take the kid and the wife for an outing, try to resolve things, और एक हफ्ते के बाद चीजें वैसे ही नॉर्मल. फिर कुछ महीनों के बाद इतना बढ़ जाएंगी चीजें, where she decides to take a call अगेन, एक हफ्ते में आउटिंग करा के उनको शांत करा दिया. मतलब ये एक पैटर्न जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं बिल्ड हो गया, जिसमें इतने साल निकल गए इस लड़की के, और आज वो सोच रही है अपने अस्तित्व, अपने रिस्पेक्ट, अपने डिग्निटी के बारे में. डज ही रियली लव मी? एंड आई आस्क्ड हर बैक, डू यू हैव एनी डाउट्स? He does or he does not. So we had been talking about the reasons of the divorces in India in this while. Any other reasons that comes to your mind, Utkarsh? Because I know in this vast country there are so many reasons people find to be parting ways now more than sticking around. Tell me.
एक जो reason है, and that is also very less talked, is physical intimacy. वो एक बहुत बड़ा रीजन है, बिकॉज अब सबकी लाइफ इज सो मच पजल, सो मच स्ट्रेस, दैट people are not getting involved with each other. We have heard from clients that we don't have any relationship, बिकॉज एज यू नो म्यूचुअल डिवोर्स की एक बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट होती है जो कि हम लोग आगे डिस्कस करेंगे, उसका एक पार्ट है कि 12 months का सेपरेशन. Why? Because उसमें देखा जाता है so that there is no chance of any future pregnancy and people have
Right.
tried to reconcile and all. But people have outspokenly said 12 months की क्या जरूरत है सर, जब से शादी हुई तब से we are kind of separate physically, रह रहे हैं साथ में,
साथ में. True.
but
True.
we are totally separated. People have developed a tendency, or not a tendency, tendency would be a very wrong term. It's kind of a sexual preference called asexual. Person who are not totally interested into the cohabitation thing with each other. Like cohabiting with the purpose of marriage is to cohabitate and like uh, produce kids and take forward this relationship. But again, वो चीज नहीं है लोगों के अंदर, उनको अंदर नहीं है कि दे डोंट लाइक इट, और समटाइम्स देयर इज बिकॉज दे आर सो मच इन्वॉल्व इन देयर वर्क एंड देयर लाइफस्टाइल हैज ग्रेजुअली चेंज सो मच. अब वो भाई रात को कोई काम कर रहा है और दिन को कोई काम कर रहा है, तो टाइम बचा ही कहाँ उनके लिए, आपस के लिए.
True. True.
मतलब इवन गोइंग फॉर एन आउटिंग people have to plan a lot. Talking about people, it's not just people, it's like you, people like you and me. हमें प्लान करना पड़ता है बहुत ज्यादा कि आज हम निकलते हैं कहीं, आज वी विल गो समवेयर, और जो कि बहुत इजी हो जाता था पहले कि लोग अपना निकल जाते थे. दे हैव दैट लिबर्टी, दे डोंट हैव
Liberty.
दैट बाउंडेशन.
True. True.
ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा रीजन
एक
है.
मुझे
और
आपसे एक सवाल पूछना था उत्कर्ष यहीं पे while we are discussing this physical intimacy barrier, does it
हम्म,
usually come from the women's side, or is it the men who you know whose side faces it more and who initiates it more? Any opinions there?
see, mostly the men are very hesitant to talk about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but whereas mostly we have heard this from the females. If you go as per a ratio, 60%, 60% of the female complains that there is a lack of physical intimacy.
So you're
Whereas,
saying the women want it, but the men refuse
yeah,
to give it.
men refuse to give it due to any reason. But yeah, there is a gap for this thing. There is like a space in between both of them.
Vacuum, yeah, yeah.
So that's the thing. So 60-40% we can say. Sometimes the women have a tendency, they are not very comfortable. Sometimes the male has a tendency that they are not very into it because of whatsoever reason you
Because
can
I had a
point.
male mentee who said that his wife had been neglecting and rejecting him when he has been approaching her. So it was
Mhm.
this, in this case, it was initiated by the woman who chose she doesn't want to spare,
Correct.
herself.
And this amounts to cruelty, you know. In legal term, this amounts to cruelty. People have contested this thing before the court because the couple was not ready to get mutually divorced. So they fight it out before the judge that because my husband or wife, whatsoever, is not providing me one of the essentials of the marriage,
Right.
hence I'm suffering that mental torture. I don't want to cheat on her. I don't want to cross the boundaries. But now this thing is mentally torturing me. And the court has understood, and because, what should I say, the liberty of the judiciary is to apply their mind. They have evaluated this thing. The High Court have evaluated, the Supreme Court has given a guidelines that yes, this lack of sexual intimacy can be a reason of torture, and hence it comes under cruelty.
Well, thank you for telling me this, because when I was going through my divorce, this was one of the reasons which I intimately felt, but I never knew that this could be presented as a reason for divorce. Or this
But
is
people
termed
are,
as cruelty, as
yeah,
a lot of times we don't even know on what basis can
no,
we claim a divorce.
correct,
And I was
correct.
one of those people who did not know. So,
Mhm. Yeah, it's enlightening. This conversation is enlightening a lot of the viewers who are planning or thinking about the reasons. But
absolutely.
and one more reason why the divorce have gradually gone up as compared to earlier is because people like us, we are making the society aware.
Right, right. And that is the whole
उन
objective. True, true.
दैट इज द होल ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड मैं आपको एक बहुत छोटा सा इंसिडेंट बताता हूँ. मेरे परिवार में आई एम द मोस्ट लेस इनवाइटेड पर्सन फॉर अ मैरिज. ये आएगा तो तलाक करा देगा.
Same is the
बिकॉज
case with me. I am not invited to marriages. I'm not informed of my cousins getting married or remarried. Why? Because इसके पास नहीं जाना है हमें. इसको बुलाना भी नहीं है. Which is
you
okay.
won't believe. Yeah, that's totally fine. And you won't believe. मैं अपने फ्रेंड की भाई की शादी पे था, ठीक है, along with my wife, and we were on the stage, and there was like the bride and the groom. ये दोस्त सीए है, ये दोस्त की शॉप है, ये दोस्त टीचिंग में है, ये दोस्त बैंक में है, और ये डिवोर्स लॉयर है. And her, the look that the girl gave me, I said, तुम सबको भूल जाएगी, मुझे याद रखेगी.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is something I also face, and I can totally relate to what you are saying.
And the beauty of this thing is ना कि eventually आप एक तरीके से it's kind of a negative marketing for us. जब जरूरत होती है ना जिस इंसान को, आप उससे पूछ के देखो. योर मेंटीज वो आते होंगे ना, दे मस्ट थैंक यू फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ देयर हार्ट. और
They
वो
do.
फेक नहीं कर रहे हैं,
They
वो
do.
फेक नहीं कर रहे हैं. मेरे पास से क्लाइंट्स जाते हैं एंड मतलब माय इंटायर गूगल रिव्यू इज बेस्ड ऑन उत्कर्ष 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 उत्कर्ष. मैं कई बार अपनी टीम को बोलता हूँ, ये सोच रहे होंगे फेक रिव्यूज हैं कि जो इन्होंने उत्कर्ष उत्कर्ष लेकर आते हैं, बट पीपल आर सेटिस्फाइड. एंड टच वुड, द थिंग इज पीपल जिनको जरूरत है ना, उनके लिए हम जो कर रहे हैं, दैट इज द राइट
Matters a lot.
एंड
Yes.
मैटर्स अ लॉट. एंड हम मैं अपनी सर्विस को कभी भी नेगेटिव नहीं मानता.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and smash the bell icon so that you are notified when our next video is out. So keep smiling. Signing out here, Punita Lakhani, Modern Meerabai. See you in the next video.